I'm just gonna explain to you what my plan is for today. For the next, I don't know, 90 minutes or something. I've made a programming language that is opcode based. It's an interpreter that has a very weird syntax. It looks like this and has all kinds of nice features. You can use essentially first order references. Stuff like, let's say time is a native function, which returns the current time, since programs start in seconds, which is just something a lot of Unity users would know. But you could also just assign this function, not the return value, but the function itself, to a value and call that. That means that you can reference anything at any time. That means it's re-referencing. You can even reference an integer if you want, and that's pretty cool because there's no pointer stuff going on. It's all pretty much automatic interpretation of what you're doing and what to do. And in my opinion, this works quite well because this is the third iteration of this language. I have first made this language in C#, which was a terrible idea. Like, my whole approach was pretty insane. I read the entire input string several times, like each time a function was called or something like it was just stupid and very slow. Then I made a second one in C# that was better, but still written in C#, so it was an interpreter written in an interpreter. So again, not my goal. So now I made this entire thing in C, and as low level as possible, or almost as low level as possible. It does not compile down to assembly or to machine code, but it compiles down to opcode. Opcodes are essentially just operation. 10 viewers, what the fuck is going on? Hi guys. I'm just surprised. I usually don't have the amount of viewers. I'm very sorry. Wanna see. Interesting. Hi guys. So where did I start? Right. Now, this language is written in C, which is just the fastest choice that is still humanly readable, in my opinion. And we also have access to the memory, or you can just do a lot of memory stuff here, which is great when you want to write the language. And it's based on opcodes. Opcodes are just like commands that the interpreter receives in a stack format, which means, for example, if you have an operation like 5 plus 5, the stack-based interpreter would read the operation code for the add operation, and then see 2 literals for numbers and know what to do, which is adding them and return them as a new value. This entire thing is ordered in a list format, so it's completely one-dimensional. There's another approach, which is called AST, an abstract syntax tree, which is a bit more human readable, but also much harder to process, in my opinion. So you would have like opcodes, just lists of certain numbers, like this means add, right? Then there's a literal number for something, another literal number for something, and so forth and so forth. And in an AST, you'd have the literals here, and here. And then here you'd have the operation, right? It's built like a tree. So, and the program start, which is start at the, not the program start, the operation of whatever you want to do. One operation or one statement is a line of code, so to say. Would start at the most important thing first, which is defined by the weight of the operator or the token. A token is essentially just any, like this is a token, this is a token, this is a token, this is a token. Any part of your statement is called a token. And the most important token is taken first and then built into a tree. I think that doing it this way is most logical. Because if you look at the opcode approach, a simple program will soon become completely unreadable for you, even if these numbers were turned into words or whatever. But okay, that was just a small introduction to this language, right? And to languages as a whole. 20 viewers? Can someone say something in chat, please? Is someone botting me? The fuck? Okay. Interesting. Stream chat. All right. Let's just continue. I'll just assume everything's all right. Yesterday I had people randomly insult me here, so I guess anything goes. But let me see. So there was one very specific topic I wanted to cover today. I'm just trying to find the list right now. All right. Okay, so I apparently wanted to write a compiler, which is beautiful. A compiler is the thing that translates your input string or the input tokens into an executable format, right? Which means into the opcode list in my case. And this opcode list is then consumed by the interpreter. The interpreter then is the runtime that executes the actual code. So in my programming language at the moment, what we have is every time you enter a string, both of these processes happen at the same time. I want to separate them. I want to have the option to not only run a file that lies about, I want to also be able to have like a binary file, right, of a script program that you can execute using the script runtime. So this here would be an example of a class in my language, and my goal is to compile this class just into the opcodes, then translate them into a binary format, maybe compress it to be as small as possible. I'm a bit of a nerd when it comes to compression. And yeah, that's, I mean, it's a huge undertaking, I think, because this language is big in terms of lots of code, but we'll eventually get there. And there's some time to do that. Let me just see. It's been a while since I last touched this language, and I gotta check on a few things. Here we have an array. Let's see if this works. Okay, so yeah, if it just enters a statement without anything, it won't print it out by default. You have to add these 2 colons in front to handle it as a print statement, essentially. Like, there's print, but this is also print. It's pretty cool. Type-off also exists, and a few other native functions are what I added. Was it length then? Yeah, it was length. Okay. I don't like this global function C style, but handling it via the object, like having methods of classes, was something I decided against too, because I wanted clean objects. In my definition, a class should have no functions at all per default. If you look at languages like C# or Java or whatever language, JavaScript, which is prototype based, they always have something like toString, right? Or an equals or stuff like that. Even if it's useful, I want the base object, the basic class, to be completely free of these things. So let's see if my certain operators still exist. For example, this one. Okay. This doesn't look good. Crashed. Alright. Why does that not work? That what I just wrote was an add operator. It should work, right? There must be 2 numbers of strings. Okay, no. Okay. I'm printing it, then crashes it. That's interesting. So the first problem we'll come across that you'll see is that debugging this is hell on earth. It is borderline impossible to really debug a programming language, because everything is, as I said before, a stack of numbers. And Visual Studio is a great IDE, don't get me wrong, it's my favorite one, but not for C. It's hard to get anywhere with it. So I don't need to necessarily fix that operator right now, but I'd like to see why this happens. I assume that it is defined in the reader. The reader is this class that just looks at the characters, the input strings, and then creates tokens out of all the separate parts of the string. And here is the small assembly. Yeah, okay, that's token array add. The operation itself seems to be working, but printing the array crashes the program, which is incredibly funny. Because that makes no sense, right? If the operation works, why doesn't the print work? Let's see if the, yeah, okay. Printing an array does work. So I hope it's got nothing to do with my other to-do going on, which is having modules where you can say import, export, stuff like that. Yeah, it's not implemented yet fully. It's also not the easiest task. But without further ado, I'm not what do I want to say? I'm not going to debug random stuff now. I want an interpreter. So here's the main function. This is where we just launch everything and parse the launch options, which are these at the moment, of which I don't think any are implemented at the time. I think run is implemented. We can run files, and log level should be implemented. I'm not too sure. The thing I want to implement today is out and source. Yeah, that's for compiling essentially. Because run, as I said, is compile and interpret. So let's see. Do we have log level 3 unknown launch option? Okay, here we go. That's the first issue already. That needs to be fixed because I want to pass a launch option. Why doesn't it know that log option? It's not null. Parse launch option. Okay, let's see what exactly is happening here. I assume no, it can't be the dashes because the dashes are removed here. Let's see. Our input string is ---- keep alive, which exists, and we ignore the dashes, and now we build the string length ++. Okay, all right. I assume this just now, yeah, we just read the string's length until we hit the 0 character. And what did we jump to now? Let's see. Did I accidentally just skip the entire thing? Yeah, I did. My bad. Okay, try again. So we want to go like here. Start is 2, which makes sense because ---- and wait a second. Is the logical error? What is this meant for? Okay, that's flags. That's if you provide some parameter without like the dashes in front of it, it just treats it like a true flag. I understand. I mean, I know it's my own code, but it's been a while. It's been a long while. Launch options user, blah blah. Where is our string? Our string is C log level 3. And why doesn't it go into that control block here? Start is 2. Okay. Let's see. config to be used. It got the right config. That's fine. Why is this age? Something is wrong here. So C is the character. Or like if you're lazy and don't want to write all these out, you can just say, yeah, minus H, O, S, whatever, right? It clearly tells me that the config key. Oh, wait. What? Ah, I'm stupid. That's C. This is just the first entry of the array. Right. Okay. And we are. Where are we at the moment? Start one. Start one is C. Wow. Or if start 2 and memcopy start string info key length is 0. This thing here is what should be true. So in order to debug this now, I'm just gonna say bool something. Give me that. And info key will be, I don't know. Let's just compare it with the first one. Why does it not work? Well, is it because it's still running? Instead of putting but okay. Here we go. So let's see again. We have start 2. We have the string of keep alive plus start, which then would mean we start at the third index, second index. And the key is your config. Length is 11. Let's just count this together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, that's correct. So this should be false, right? Because that is not the config one. But what's the second string? It's the log level one. Okay, I should probably just use the log level to compare this, to be honest. Log level is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fourth entry. So let's see again. Dune, bist du im Chat? Is my chat broken for some reason? 27 viewers is very unrealistic. Or my stream chat just doesn't work. I don't want to call any one of you bots. I really don't. It's just I feel a bit uncomfortable having that many people watch me here right now. So what do we have? We have keep alive. We don't want that one. We want the next one. All right. So sorry, I'm gonna have to mute that. So log level 9. Is this now true? It is false. How is this false? Wait, well, what's the length of that? Does it take the terminator into account? like the last character. Does anyone know if this character is taken into the string length operation? Because I certainly don't know that. Stop. What cannot be compiled? Yeah, size t. Come on, size t isn't in. All right, so that's the first one. 6. Log level has a string length of 6. And in what dimension does log level have a string length of 6? Okay, there's something really wrong with. That's even native C function. That's not even something I broke. How does it 6? All right, let's see what if we compare both lengths here, because we have yeah, okay, we essentially can't do that. Log level length, because this is memcopy. Memcopy just takes this. Wait, yeah, this. No, memcompare. Sorry, not memcopy. Copy is mcpy. Why? I'm confused. Okay, so let's take not this comparison, but this here, and check its length. Just check whether the length is somewhat correct. Stop. What's wrong now? Come on. I bet he's upset because this is not a constant string. I'm just gonna cast it to a const char. I am not sure if it even works. Does it? It works. Okay. What? Interesting. So string length is 10. Is 6. Oh, that's the wrong entry. 11. 6. I'm really confused. I'm not a C pro, definitely not. But at how does it count 6 here? How is it possible? Do I have to write my own string length function? Do I? I think I have to. Let's just do it. We cannot trust the, I don't know, C functions, so we make our own C functions. Get char length. I guess that's what we want. So, char extra terminator, the extra terminator. Wow. So let's first check if C has overloads. It does. Beautiful. Very, very nice. Let's just add this here, because we don't want an extra terminator here. We just want the length of the string. Wait, does it have default? No. Sadly, it's doomed. it don't. But can we, that's duplicate code in my eyes. Can we somehow make this less duplicate? Yeah, no. Fuck that. Just gonna keep on trying to get the real string lengths here. So then we have int x with get char length of string plus start, and we have int y with the get char length. Oh no, this is not included here. I'm gonna have to include the header file of string.h. Where are we? Options age. Huh. It would be very sad if that weren't possible. Include string.h. Okay, because sometimes the compilation process is too few arguments for call. Function int already has a body. Okay, overloads don't work. Freaking awesome. Freaking awesome. Yeah, so I guess I'm just gonna use the original one with an extra terminator of the null terminator string, because if it don't let me, I find my own way. Where have we stopped? Main C, parse launch options. Where are we even? Options age. Wait, this is all defined in the header file? What demon has ridden me to do that in the header file? Okay, so this is our extra terminator now. I mean, it's the same terminator as every time with a string. Let's just see what our own functions say. So a is 10, b is 6, x is 10, y is 6. What? Excuse me, what? Okay, is the size of a character perhaps not 1? Is that possible? Hmm? Oh, well. All right. So size of char has the size of 1, but this key has the length of 6. I am so confused. So let's just get this thing out of here and look at it. So what's the problem? Yeah, it's a const char, but does that matter? Can't I just... So... Invalid characters in string. Now that's interesting. That's interesting. Or does it... Wait, does it can't... can't be, that it casts the this statement into a char and not the key. That'd be weird. Let's check for this. No, it doesn't. Okay, can you X? L. Yeah. Okay. I think the best option now is to check on our own count function and see if that does anything. So here's our chars. Keep alive, looks good. Charles plus I is not whatever. It's like, this is what I meant with debugging with Visual, like C with Visual Studio is not fun. It is the opposite of fun. Okay. Just keep alive, right? Looking good. Now there's the dash. Is the dash the problem? It's not. 5. So wait, did it just... Oh no, this way it works. That's cool. Okay, here, live. 6, 7, 9, 10. 10. Okay, great. Now comes invalid characters in string. That is my problem. Okay. So how is this built? This is an array of 32 launch option entries. We create a pointer here to, but okay, that's not an issue because we have the option index and it just puts it into, I mean, it shouldn't be a problem. The key is displayed correctly. I mean, one could potentially just say, okay, this is an array. We don't have to do it like that. We just say boom option index dot key equals key. I mean, this is a bit stupid, but maybe that's the problem. As I said, I am in no shape or form an expert in C. C is not my favorite language. Yo, what? Huh? I probably forgot to... increment this here. But that would be weird because why would I have to... Yeah, maybe it just didn't like the overriding. Oh, okay, no, so now it works. But also my breakpoint is gone. Unknown launch option because the string length is weird. Yay. So I wanna find out again which one is the wrong one. Our string is correct. This string is broken for some reason. Let's look at the... Okay, I think I see the problem. Config has 6 letters, string length of 6. If I were to add another 6 characters here now, I'm gonna bet that the string size B is now... Okay, I lost the bet. Sad. I thought that maybe it takes the first entry for some solid reason, but it doesn't. It just says invalid characters in key. I am so lost. I am so lost right now. So launch option, that's an info, yeah, info equals launch option info. Wait, why? Oh, I think there's a general problem with why do I dereference those all the time? That is stupid. 1 second. What? So this is a pointer type. So if I dereference it here, then shouldn't it be the arrow operator instead of the dot? And here I am wanting to write a fucking compiler. You know what I mean? And I can't even fix this. It says invalid characters in the string. It makes me sad. Because all this does is compare the two strings and see if, like, it just tries to find the matching one. And for some reason this operation here is wrong. Do we need that even? No, we don't need that. I think that this is stupid, because why did it let me do this anyway? This is an array, see? An array of values, not an array of pointers. So why did it ever let me dereference those values? The C is super weird. Okay, so now X is 10, and Y is 9. We're making progress. So why is Y 9 now? And this here is, so we added just a different one, okay. That's also 9. Now everything's 9 or what? Oh, okay, I see. Now the value is included here. Wait, was the value included before? No, it wasn't red. That's 4 plus 5, 11. No, no. Interesting. Interesting. We, I shouldn't say we, because you had nothing to do with this. But okay, here, okay, here it makes sense, right? Here I want the pointer to the to this information, but here it does not. And why doesn't it? Option.info is okay. Here it also makes sense. But why does it not take the value out? Questions over questions, my friends. So, I know why. We forgot the length here. That's what we want to look at. So, I think it should actually, no, it doesn't work. Okay, but we're closer. We're definitely closer. Let's decompile again. I mean, compile. Length 11, 10, 9, 11, 11, 9, 9. This has to be true now. And it is true. Nice, we fixed that. Where is my second issue? So, if start equals, okay, here is the other problem. Oh, what? I iterated only through the through the first 4 fucking, oh my god. Yeah. Code is hard. Coding very hard. Not good for stupid people. Beautiful! We have launch options passed. So the first step is done in creating this. Alright. Very sorry. Let's see. Respond to someone. Okay. Everything seems to be working with the launch options going. The launch option of, like, the most interesting launch option would be having a log level to work, because we want full logging without having to change this in the code every single time. So do we? Oh, here's get arg. This one will give us the currently configured launch option, and if it doesn't find it, it returns 0. That's good. So to configure our logger, we just say so a launch option has an int value and a char value. That means we can say log level. Where is that though? Is there no way to log console? Those are not even. Those are not even defined. Wait, how? I'm getting more confused by the second. Hi, ZML2. Thank you for having tentacles. Or congratulations on having tentacles. Sweet. Welcome to the most confused coding stream you will see in a while. This is me trying to figure out my own language, programming language, that is. I also want to start a C program, but I am on Windows 11 and don't know what IDE to use. Also compile. Do you have any recommendations? Yes. So essentially, I just said that Visual Studio is not the best to debug C, but also I don't think there's any better one to debug C. There's many older open source Linux tools. One of it is called Code Blocks, I think, and the other one I used for a while. Let me just have to check on that for a second. That's another name. So not too sure. I seem to have removed the project files because that's what I used to start to code this with. Was it Code Blocks? No, it was not Code Blocks. Right. I would say Visual Studio is a good choice because you have a lot of very good debugging tools in general. For example, you could just set a breakpoint somewhere and tell the breakpoint that it only should break at a certain condition, which is extremely useful. You don't have to constantly go through 10 iterations of a loop or something. You just say, okay, please only break when, I don't know, x is 5, as he says here, right? So you should use Visual Studio, in my opinion. I always use Visual Studio for anything that is C, or C++ or C#. Just not TypeScript or Python or something like that. There's better tools for that. And you want to start a C program. What kind of program are you looking to make? That's also important. And give me a second, I'm just going to try to find out what IDE I was using. Okay, I actually can't. I can't find it. That's interesting. I mean, there's Sea Lion by JetBrains, but that is that is a paid one. I think you have to pay for it. That's supposed to be very good. It's written Sea Lion, but the one I used back then, I can't find anymore, which is interesting. Very interesting. And there's people recommending Vim, which is insane. So don't use Vim ever to code. Unless you hate yourself, then do it. Packet sniffer or keylogger is mostly a school project. What they could do. Okay, yeah, for packet sniffing or keylogging, C is actually a very good choice. I would even say C++ would be stronger for that because it has more native operating system functions that support doing these things. But in C, there is like you can. Oh, I think. Yeah, I think C might be better actually, because in C, look, when you write something on your keyboard, right? So you type something to a keyboard. This is actually a stream that is written into a file on your computer, some kind of invisible file, and you can read from that file, from that stream. With C, it's a bit convoluted, because if you press like U or one button for a second, you'll have 1,000 events of that key button that is being pressed right now. You'll have to make a system to actually get the keystrokes, the separate ones, but it's not as hard as as you might think at first. So, good evening, Eternal Divine Fox. What is up? You would love to do C++, but my prof wants to do C. Yeah, I mean, starting with C is always a good idea. C++ is far more commonly used nowadays, even though C is has a more broad use, because like everything you use, your toaster and your whatever you use runs on C. But there's a 99% chance that it runs on C. So C is very broad, but newer apps like games or anything, they all use C++, because it's an object-oriented language, easier to read for humans, and you also don't have this bullshit global namespace where you import something and suddenly have your entire namespace cluttered with the things you just imported. You can't really separate names or identifiers in C. If there is a way, then please tell me, because I honestly don't know it. So I'm just gonna look something up for you. I was looking for something similar, SLML. Something similar to, not for a keylogger, but for a basically my own text editor. I wanted to write a text editor that is so low level that it just runs on everything. And I used some code for that. I'm gonna just use a minute or so to find it. If I don't find it, I'll say sorry, but perhaps this okay, looking bad there. Okay, here, personal projects. What is this? Union. Okay, yeah, I can't find it right now, sadly. But I'm sure you'll find stuff for that on the internet. I'm doing great, Eternal. Thank you. Thank you. What about yourself? Yeah, Sea Lion is nice. If you like, if you find a free version that is like useful and not dog shit, then congratulations. Because I didn't, but there was a long time ago. So let's just test the basic functionality, and basic functionality exists. Let's see if we can do this. We can. Beautiful. So What I want to do, there's more chat. Paul is going on. Oh no, that's my own thing. I'm planning towards doing pretty good. Considering programming a 3D engine in C. A 3D engine in C. Are you mental? Holy, that I mean, is that an awesome idea? I like it. I like it. But that's how are you? How are you? Do you have any plans on how to make the render system? Or are you still in the planning phase for that? Because I tend to write everything myself, even my own languages, as you can see, and everything. But with the rendering, I always struggle a bit. So I use Godot or Unity as my renderer, but just for the rendering, nothing else. So, where's my? Here it is. Okay. I'm just gonna continue now with my debugging thing. And I know I had some debugging going on, but I don't clearly remember where it's called. So find all references. This is here. This is not a call. It's only defined, but it's never used. That's awful. But this is the debugging. What? What? Okay, let's see. Somewhere I have a segment code. There has to be some debugging condition that I okay. Here's some defines. Here's an if debug trace. Okay, so I am an idiot. I didn't use debug log levels. I used what appears to be booleans. Wow. That, for example, is stupid. You shouldn't do that. You should never do that. That looks more like a config to me. I mean, you can do that, having like a flag for every single thing, like show full info, debug stack, etc. But a log level is also very important, and it looks like that's not defined. But we can define it very quickly. Okay, so where is log, the logger or whatever? Do I even have one? Here we are. Log right, log level error. Beautiful. So where is the log level? It's static. Okay, so static in C, by the way, if you didn't know that, means private, essentially. I have no idea why I did this, but I also don't need to know. I will just change that. I also tried to make a colored console, by the way, in C, which is a different kind of challenge. That is really, really hard to do for some reason. I'm now gonna say set log level to some byte level, and then set the log level to be that level. And I need to define this in the log or console header. has to be here somewhere. Yeah, console H. Now let's just define this one. So it's known, and now we can call this from the main function and say log level is, I don't know, one of these, I assume. And the log levels themselves, error 1, info debug spam. There should always also be a mute, in my opinion, for please shut up, and a log level spam for it's usually called verbose, so you just see everything that goes on. And I now want to see everything that goes on. So chat again. With a VM, I have that's essentially the same thing that I'm doing right here, dude. Like this is an interpreter that generates a stack of bytecode and then interprets those in a very classic, how's that called, operator to value fashion. So it's not value operator value, it's operator value value. That's how an operation looks, and then that is stacked upon. But I'm still planning, most likely I will use Vulkan and OpenGL and maybe DirectX. I would definitely I use an or here, not an and, because these are all very, very different graphic APIs. OpenGL is kind of easy to use. Vulkan is sexy as well. And DirectX I've never used myself. I'm not sure, but I think you need a license for that. Vulkan is free as far as I know, and OpenGL is anyway for open source. But yes, you could also just directly speak to your GPU if you want to get real low, but that's I mean, yeah, I'm aware that you know that they are different if you are experienced. But what I wanted to say is that if you want to implement all three of those, you have a lot of work ahead of you. So I would focus on one and make that good for like performance-wise, etc. Before having like three semi-good implementations. I mean, maybe you're a god-tier coder and are able to do all three implementations in a year or something. I don't know. Sorry, that came across a bit weird. I didn't want to say it like that, but I'm interested. Keep me updated, because a custom language, a custom engine is something I wanted to do for a long time now, and it's just, I think it's the biggest undertaking you can have, to be honest, because, which doesn't mean it's a bad idea or anything, but it's just a combination of all the highest arts of coding, right? You have the graphics stuff, you have physics, you have threading, you have audio streams going on, you have everything you could do with a computer, you do in game development, and even so more in the engine. Even more so in the engine. So I wish you the best of results, my friend. So where do we stop? Log level should now work. We are in the main function here, and we're gonna say set log level to be if get arg log level is not null. Okay, now let's just define that. launch option log level equals this. Boom. So, and if that's not null, and we got it defined, then we just set the log level to be whatever got parsed as the value of it. Else, we set it to the default. And what's the default log level in a programming language? I would say log level Vorn, maybe. I don't know. Something like that. I understand. So yeah, for like multi-platform is generally always a cool idea, and you also have the right idea with the generalization, or let's say normalization of operating system calls, because that is the most important part of this entire thing, right? You all this IO stuff going on, it's always OS level, and that's what you have to normalize essentially. I mean, you could look if you ever look for some motivation or inspiration, you could look at the Mono framework. It has been discontinued for a while now, but they used some nice approaches for their platform independency. I'm not saying you should copy paste anything. I'm just saying, yeah, that their approaches were nice. It's what Unity uses, or what Unity is built upon, even. I mean, I assume you know the Mono framework. You seem very experienced, to be honest. All right, so log level should be set now, but what is not set, sadly, is the entire logging, essentially, because I have all these. Oh, where's my segment? Is the runner? Yeah, it's all print. Oh wait, no, that's just the first line. Okay, that's okay. But somewhere here is the here. If debug trace. I mean, what does it even mean? Out of that should like this entire thing should be just, I don't know, log debug or something, right? Or log, in this case spam, because that's spam. But that's a huge string and seems to be consisting of multiple functions, so I'm gonna do that later. I'm just looking for another call that does debug. I want to see the entire stack, right? That's my main goal right now. And I have this beautiful dissection of a segment, but I just never use it. So what I'm gonna do is I will look for the main entry segment of my code, which is somewhere here, blah blah, interpret file with read, register cached imports, whatever, function digest, push whatever. I think this is here, digest, right? So digest is essentially the compiler in this case. Let's use debug dissect and use the functions segment. I assume it's going to be big. Huh? Okay, and name everything. Let's see. So let's make a basic statement, and we have the stack here. Right, that's beautiful. The entire stack is what we need to actually understand the language and how it works. And now we can also check why the thing from before doesn't work. With our nice array here, we see that the compiler here, the digester is what I call it, first gets all the constants, the constant values, then has unknown operation codes because I didn't give them names yet, but I'm gonna do that soon. Defines the global value. What the return here does, I have not a clue, and this is probably assign and create array. And just it's interesting that it doesn't really show those, because as you can see, there are a lot of codes. So this is gonna be a lot of work to. How could I quickly check with regex which one of these is not defined here? I could check it with git essentially, couldn't I? Like just say git uhistory. Yeah, can I not see the changes? Okay, 1 second. Sqript free. So git show. So what do we have here? Some work. I mean, my commit messages are the worst by far. Also, why can't I just copy the commit ID? It just does the entire thing. Oh my god. Okay, so I could compare it here straight off. Compare with previous. Okay, export, import, set global value. Set what? Set global is defined twice now. Okay, that's interesting. Where is my other changes? Do. Compare with previous. Bitwise left and right are gone. Static method is gone. Okay. And let's compare this one. There I realized that it's a double defined thing. Let's check this one. Yeah, okay, I actually have no idea which ones here are not defined, but it looks like it's something with arrays. So I'm just gonna see if the arrays are here. Yeah, it looks like the arrays is just missing. Wait. Up to base subtract equals equal. How is array an operator? Like, shouldn't it be array start and end? Not too sure. Up here array and let's see how often array. Okay, all array functions seem to be not defined in my debugging process, which is awesome. Hello. OP get, then we have OP remove, and we have OP array set. I guess that is the one that was missing here. Not too sure though, not too sure. Let's just run this again and look at it again, and then we know what's going on. Boom. OPK. What? Didn't it have two undefined? It had two undefined operators before that. Now it's only one. This language is interesting. So what's this 5 here? This 5 should be the size, is it? Yeah, it's the size. Yeah, okay, great, nice. Okay, so all there's to do essentially to make this convoluted opcode stuff into some serialized binary form that can be later be executed. I only have like one problem with this. Like one problem so I'm just gonna try to explain this. Strings in my language are stored in a hash map. So every string you create gets a hash, its own hash. So that duplicate strings just have the same hash and essentially just to store memory. And here we have this constant, which is gonna be hashed and will have its own ID in a big string table. And when I have a program and I want to compile a program, I need to somehow also store this string table. And if I compile this down into binary, I honestly do not know what the best way would be to also append this hash map to the opcode array, and how to make this into a file system that just, I don't know, makes sense in a way. I've done a lot with JSON files, right? I made my own file structures and markdown languages, markups, but I have never really written anything binary, like no binary files, right? So this is something I need to figure out. And if there's someone in the 30 viewers that are here who has ever done anything with binary files, this is the time to give me a few tips, a bit of advice on how to do it. All right. So So if I were to write a function now, let's call it Fibonacci. Fibonacci function which says that if n is less than 2, we return n. This little thing is a return keyword, by the way. I hope it is. I hope I didn't forget that here. Fibonacci minus 1 plus Fibonacci n minus 2. Okay. That is a problem. I did lie before, as it seems. My language is not only a stack-based one, but it seems to be like a stack that has how do I say this? It has objects in it, so it's tree and stack based. That's interesting. But I'm pretty sure we can just append the closure, which is the closure is just this thing here, and yeah, that should work. That should not be a problem, to be honest. So what is the fifth Fibonacci number? Tell me. 5? 5 is the fifth. Really? 1, 1. Yeah, of course, yeah. So I figured constant call print return. Okay, so I assume not only strings but also functions and class declarations should have their own space, just like in the heap and the stack of a program or computer. Let's assign something like that. Let's just see. There's a readme and there's a to do. All right. Let's think of something. First, we should reserve a few blocks of meta information. Let's say, I don't know, let's just keep a few bytes of meta information at the start of a file. Then there's the heap, so to say, the static storage of functions and classes. I call it closures. So there's a closures array which shouldn't have an infinite size, as in shouldn't be null terminated, because that's gonna be hard. Because how do you find a terminated that is definitely a unique sequence of symbols, right? That's hard to do. With strings, it's easy. You have the \01, but with complex objects, it's hard. So I say that in this meta information here, we have some extra bytes. We have a size of closures, which is, let's not make this a byte, let's make this an integer, right? Should be enough. No one's gonna have an integer amount of functions. Okay, so and uint size strings, right? That's all we need. Closures, strings, and the closures themselves then by extra. Yeah, should it be that small? If we're, I don't know. I'm just gonna keep it here, like extra information, right? And then there's the actual data, the closure, the program. Let's call this one the closure section, which is an array of closures. And since we know the size of the closures, we can just iterate through that until we are done, because this is size closures. And then we have the strings, which is string. I mean, it's actually a hash map. So we should I'm gonna. Okay, this is actually tricky now. In a hash map, if I want to serialize a hash map, and the hash map has strings themselves as keys, that doesn't work anymore. Now wait, bullshit. That's IDs. So okay, no, never mind. I guess it's an integer. Let's see what kind of. Yeah, it's a uint 32. So uint string array with the size of strings. Beautiful. So, and then there comes the program, which is an basically infinite array of opcodes. So I think it's just opcode. Let me see. Segment as opcodes. Does it not? Where's the opcode? Runner function string. Oh, I think, yeah, that's just bytes. The opcode is just bytes, right? So, byte pointer being terminated by a, I don't know, and a file. And this sounds like, or looks like a good file system to me, honestly. All right. So to kill the silence, just gonna add some sound now. I'm also sorry for not constantly talking, because I actually have to think sometimes here, even if you wouldn't believe it. And that's too loud. Gonna use headphones. I also hope the music is not too loud for you guys. Okay, it's not even recording it. Now it is. There seems to be some filter on it. Oh, that's way too loud. I'm sorry. Why is that so delayed? Okay, there's something wrong with my sound card. Oof. Sorry for anyone who has just lost their ears. Let's just go back to my own music. Great. So, Okay. All right. We get an endless loop of declarations, but where does it declare? Ah, here's the compiler. So essentially, the only thing that needs to be returned is a flattened out version of this function. And the function itself is a very complex thing, actually, because it has a segment, and the segment itself has a... Okay, we have counting a byte array, which is opcodes, and that then can contain any of these things: methods, objects, classes, contexts. And I'll have to somehow serialize all these things. So I assume the first thing to do here is write a serializer. Oh, there's already an IO class. That's cool. I'm gonna use that. I just said class. I'm sorry. This is C. We don't do classes here. Well, why can't you hear the desktop audio? What the fuck? Interesting. Okay, so but okay, it's it serializer should still be its own thing. So in this case, I'm gonna take some file here. I know it's the same. Stupid Visual Studio. Let's create the serializer.h and use the same single definition thing system we have here. Okay, which is... Wait, does pragma once even work with C? I don't think that works in C. Okay, so Sqript serializer h, if and if, then and if. So here, what does the serializer do? What does it serialize? What would it be able to serialize? That is the question. I'd say a block of opcodes is the most important thing at first, and then everything else is just certain types like functions, objects, arrays. I'm gonna start with the simple thing. It's the simplest task here. The char. Wait, can I? Is that possible? No, of course not. So char serialize instructions. That's what I'm gonna call this. Instructions, of course, are a byte array, and bytes. And we also, yeah, we will need the length. And we will need, what do we need? No, I think there's actually everything. And of course, we need the same thing the other way around. We need to deserialize this as well. I just see one problem with this. Is the wait, is there out? No. Is there ref? No. I somehow need to pass the length of this, because the byte, like the byte array itself can be, the char array itself can be much longer than the byte array, obviously. So I'll have to, I don't know, pass a reference. Does it not work? Or is this just C being C? I can't have a reference to a number in C. Okay. Wow, that's interesting. That's actually interesting. How the fuck am I doing this with arrays then? We have, okay, it's all structs. It's all structs. So I'm just gonna assume that what I have to do is create some kind of decompilation or compilation struct that always contains instructions and the length of the instructions, which is stupid, but I don't see any other way in C right now. Something like this, just struct string here, just gonna steal that. It's just gonna say, right, we have our array of bytes, or in this case chars. Char array. I kind of think I have this somewhere already. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Char, chars, and int length. That's great. So we are now returning a char array here. This needs to be a type def, I assume. Great. Okay. And the deserialize instructions one will be so much more spicy. So much more spicy too, because what will, perhaps I don't even have to do a lot. I can just read all the bytes as bytecodes and execute them in order, and just make very sure that the serializer serializes the program in a way that the interpreter can then actually also execute the program. But alright. This is getting a bit taxing right now. So I think I am either taking a break of this, and wait, what does the schedule say? Let me see. Schedule. That's a very readable schedule. Wow. Okay. 1830. Okay. Game development. Colony 8. Sweet. And then open-ended tutoring. I mean, sure. Cool. Alright. So, from like the amount of things I managed to do today, like from the things I wanted to manage today, I actually achieved nothing. I did exactly nothing, but I fixed a few bugs, and I now have logging that is a bit more comprehensive, which is good. And we have working log level stuff. That's great. A few things need to be found out still. So, for example, why this one doesn't work. Because we have a constant of 5, the global x, array add. That should usually work. Because if we do this, right access violation, are you... What? Okay, okay. I think there's a general much bigger bug in my language right now. It just used up the entire allocated memory with just a simple 5+5. After I used this array add function. So wait, if array add doesn't work, how would I be supposed to... Does add work? Invoke add. Yeah, okay, add doesn't work. Did I call it push? Push. Could not find the method push. Okay. Right. Ah, okay. I assume arrays. I made arrays as arrays, which means they are fixed in size and fixed in everything. That is a very smart decision of me, as always. So I'd have to define a class list for that. Wait, is that's actually super interesting. That could also be the reason why my add operator just doesn't work, because arrays are arrays, and in some I don't know, under the influence of, I don't know, gasoline, I probably decided to make an operator that adds something into an array. That could be. So yeah, that does not work. I could see if this linked list thing works. Linked list script. Linked list dot script. It will certainly what? Did this work? No way. Wait a second. Core.sqript? Huh? It doesn't even give me an error. Wait, is this a comment? No, this is a comment, right? No, okay. Wait. I don't understand my own language. This is... It's not only embarrassing, it's also... I don't know. Very embarrassing. Okay, where's my everything? Console run, blah blah. Okay, it's called read. And it has the same starting character as a comment. This was designed by the devil. Linked list.sqript. Wee. Sweet, this seems to work. Nice. So if you do something and it works, it is always a pleasure. I tell you this. What won't work though now, at least I'm pretty sure that it won't work, is actually using these things. Let me see. Wait, no, it's here. What? Huh? I'm kind of amazed right now. I'm actually kind of amazed right now. Why does this work? Final found wood or Sqript. What? Interesting. Try it again. Read code of script. Huh? Wow. Isn't it called core script? It is called core script. Is it perhaps? Huh? Wait, does import linked list not work? This works. So I could say, I don't know, x is new linked list. I forgot that I don't have a new operator. It's just this. And now I could potentially say linked list. Okay, cool. And I guess it's add 5. Great. Xget 5 doesn't exist. What? Unknown member get. Unknown member get. Add init last length. it has all the functions, but no get function. That is stupid. Wow. That's incredibly funny. Okay. But sure, cool. But I think I'll take a break here at this point and say thank you to all the viewers. I think this is an absolute record day for me with 28, or I think almost 40 people just before I started to, just after I started to stream. I say thank you for your interest especially, and to the people who contributed in chat. Thank you a lot. I will be taking a break, and in about an hour or so, latest, I will be either playing a game of League of Legends, which will be much less interesting, or do some game development, which will be on my newest title called Bunker Game. Absolutely cool title, I tell you. 1 second. I need to get all my private stuff out of the streaming interface here. Okay, so just want to show you guys what this next thing will be about. So this here, sadly written in Unity, because Unity is just a bit faster in terms of creating something. I would have used Godot if not, if this development speed wasn't an issue. But here, this is gonna be my or our next game, which is a kind of new take on survival. Survival. I almost said mobile, but it's not mobile. Like it's co-op at most. But you're essentially meant to survive some, let's say, fallout, not necessarily a nuclear fallout, but some kind of fallout, where you have to just survive, but in a somewhat realistic fashion with this kind of movement, right? And abilities, as you can see here, which are bound to items that you carry. I'm not gonna say too much about it, but the features and the ideas that we combine in this game, I think, are unique. The combination is at least very unique. My modeler, Mr. Svinnerman, says it is very, very similar to a game called Project Zomboid or something, but I do not accept that, and also never played that game, so I'm just gonna say this game is gonna be unique. And if you're interested in game development more than in creating programming languages, then you should check by later. Yeah, in about an hour or so. I just need a quick break after this, and thank you all for coming. I seriously loved it. And now you hear Svino. Bit late to the party, but I'm gonna start again at you know what, 8 o'clock. Wait, 21. The time's wrong, I think. Yeah, the schedule is wrong. In an hour or so will be the continuation. I just say thank you and see you guys. 30 viewers. I'm amazed.